Hi everyone. In this video, I will show you how to use the say and the wait block to bring Zink to life and get her talking. First, you need to go online and search for the Scratch website. I will include the web address in the description below. Once you have your Scratch page loaded, click on the Create button to start a new project. Close the tutorial video you have here. You will notice that by default, there is a cartoon-like sprite already in the work area. We won't be needing this for this tutorial, so let's go ahead to delete it. After that, we'll add two new sprites that fit perfectly to the code we'll be working on today. Now let's add the sprites for Zink and Bolt. Click on the sprite button. Look for any sprite that fits what you want to work on. For today, we're using Ruby as our Zink. So we need to rename Ruby as Zink. We had another sprite button. If search for elf, when you name elf to Bolt. Now we have both elf and Bolt in our work area. We can drag and drop either of them to whichever location that works best for us. Now we need to add a background. Click on the backdrop. Look for the backdrop you want, the background you want that fits your work. In this project, we are using the room one as our backdrop. But I want the chair to be at my left-hand side. So I'm going to flip this backdrop horizontally. You click on the backdrop button. In the backdrops options here, you flip horizontally to have our chair flip to the right-hand side. Next, we need to click on Zink. To have Zink in a sitting position on the chair, you click on the costume option for Zink here, which now looks like Zink is sitting down. You can have so many other tricks, which will be something we'll be doing in our next tutorials. So we have Zink looking like she's sitting on the chair, but she's not properly seated, so we can just drag and place Zink on the chair so it looks like she's sitting down. Next, we need to do a little bit editing on Bolt, because Bolt is not facing Zink. It doesn't really look like they're talking to each other. So we need to click on Bolt, have Bolt flipped horizontally also to make her look like she's facing Zink. Now our stage is ready for our coding. Click on the code option here from the text bar. From our text bar here, we click on Zink, which will be our first sprite we'll be coding. We click on the flag button because most of the time, Scratch program usually starts with the clicking of the flag button. So we click on the event button. We drag and place. When clicked into our work area, then we go to the looks button to make it looks like Zink is thinking. We have the drag and place the thinking button here. In the text box here we had, I wish I could talk. Then Zink is also thinking about how she's going to go about talking. How do I do? So we can test our program as we're writing it, as we're creating our code. We can test it by clicking the flag button here. We can say that the output is just as we coded it. However, Bolt is inactive because we are here to code Bolt. We have Zink thinking, so we want to add a code to our Bolt to be able to respond to Zink. So also, just like how we did for Bolt, we need to add the when flag clicked option so that it can start when the flag is clicked, exactly when as Zink is being added. But when we had the when clicked, Zink needs to wait for Bolt to able to think about what she's thinking. So we need to click on the control button, add the wait button here to wait for Zink to finish thinking. So we can add the wait button here, maybe about 4 seconds, to enable Zink to think. After doing that, Bolt wants to speak with Zink, wants to say a few words with Zink. We click and drag the say button. Bolt says to Zink, I think, do you need help to talk? Then Bolt says again, I can teach you. Next, Bolt says to Zink, you just need the say block. Let's go over what we have achieved so far. Once the flag button is clicked, it shows Zink thinking about how to talk while Bolt is waiting. Once Bolt has waited for about 4 seconds for Zink to think, Bolt says I and a few other sentences. Let's click the flag button to run our code to the stage. We can see that the output is also exactly as we have coded it. It shows Zink thinking while Bolt is waiting. When Bolt is not talking, Zink is waiting. Next, Bolt explains the function of the say block to Zink by saying, the say block lets the world know what you are thinking. And it is also trying to teach Bolt that once you use the say button and when someone else is using the say button, that you need to wait for that person to finish saying what they want to say. So, however, when someone is using someone else is using their say button, say block, you must wait. Now, after guiding Zink about what she needs to do and how she needs to go about it, she wants Zink to try out saying hello world. Now, Bolt has already said what she needs to say to Zink, try to guide her on how to use the say word and what she needs to do to use the say word when she needs to wait. So it is now Bolt's turn to wait for Zink to say a word. Try saying the hello word. So this is Bolt waiting. And we now come back to Zink. So while Bolt is trying to say few words to Zink, Bolt needs to also wait. To be able to determine how long Zink is going to wait, we need to look at this code a little bit more. For Zink to be able to say the whole of this word, it might probably need maybe 2 or 3 seconds, let's say. To be able to say this, she might need 2 seconds to say that. To be able to say this, she might need about 2 seconds to say this. And to be able to say this, about 2 seconds. Then to say the whole of this, maybe let's say probably about 4 seconds to say the whole of this. And to try these, maybe about 1 second. And hello word, about 1 second. Or let's say 2 seconds. So Let's now add all of this together to make probably about the amount of time Zink needs to wait for her to finish saying all this. So let's say this is 3, this is 5, this is 7, this is 9, this is 13, 14, 16. So that means Zink is going to wait for about 16 seconds for Bolt to finish saying the all of this. So after waiting for about 16 seconds for Zink to say the all of this, Zink is now going to try saying the hello word. So here we now have the hello. We have the hello. Now Zink has tried saying the hello word. Zink needs to wait to get a feedback from Bolt. Here it's Zink waiting for Bolt to get a feedback. So Bolt is going to also wait for a little bit longer for Bolt to Zink to have finished saying a sentence. That is about 2 seconds here. So let's just make Bolt waiting for about 3 seconds for Zink to finish saying a hello word. Now, want to have Bolt. I think Bolt is now saying wonderful, acknowledging Bolt's efforts. Wonderful, acknowledging Bolt's efforts. Now she wants her to try saying a few more words. Now, let's try saying a conversation. She wants them to make a few more sentences rather than just saying hello word. So she wants Zink to try. Zink, I see a fluffy cloud outside. It's now Bolt's turn to wait for Zink to reply. Zink is now. So for us to be able to calculate how much time Zink needs to wait earlier for her to finish saying all of this, that should be about 6 seconds in total. So we just have to come down to Zink here, let's say 8 seconds. So then Bolt now responds saying, I like fluffy clouds. Bolt then wait. Zink then wait for Bolt to respond. There is Bolt. Bolt is now waiting. After waiting for about 3 seconds for Bolt to respond to a previous sentence, some Bolt now says something else to Bolt, to Zink. My favorite animal is Sneaky Fox. And she waits again for Bolt to respond. She waits again for Bolt to respond. Zink now responds back saying, after waiting for about 3 seconds also, she responds back saying, mine is a speedy rabbit. Say Bolt waits for about 3 seconds for her to say that. Now, we want Bolt to say yeah at the same time, showing they're happy they've been able to have a conversation together. So you have Zink saying, yeah. And Bolt also saying, yeah. You should note that at this stage, we are not adding any wait spotting here because we want them to say both action at the same time. So we don't need to add any more wait button here. So if we try to execute our code now, we can see that our output is exactly the way we have coded it. If you can follow us up to this point, you have done a very good job. You've just created an animated conversation between Zink and Bolt using the say and the wait blocks. This is how we can bring our characters to life and make them interact in Scratch. Watch out for more exciting stories and hands-on coding on this channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye!